So I think in 2015, my opinion, I don't know if you agree with
Maybe,
me.
okay.
I think Klitschko will still be dominant in 2015.
That is it, because you haven't really seen that boxer, except there's going to be one that will come out from the blue that we don't really know about. Suddenly he comes out and, of course, he's able to defeat him. And that's with me, Klitschko, maybe he wasn't really fit on that fight, or because you said something about the guy being faster, fine. But when you're playing a guy who is that tall and is huge,
and knows how to adapt,
that is it. And it doesn't take much punch. He won't even give you the opportunity for you to, get the punch at him. So it's difficult for you to actually beat a boxer like that.
And one thing, I don't know if I'm already sounding like Klitschko's manager. One thing about the guy is that heavy hitters don't really have a chance. If that's your strategy.
Yes.
I mean, we saw what he did to our own. It just keeps you at a distance.
Cage.
You're not going to land those punches. And by the time you tire out,
and that's it.
He's going to give you the killer punch. And if you're the guy who wants to move around, and I think the experience just
play the
counts.
Mayweather way, kind of.
Yes, the experience just counts. I've not seen any boxer in that region. Still saying with boxing, this may likely happen in 2015, and it's going to come up on your screen. The much anticipated fight between undefeated American boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Filipinos Manny Pacquiao. It's two things.
It's in May 2nd.
Will it happen? Will it happen? And if it does happen, what will happen?
I think it's the hype has been so much for so many years, but I think it's going to happen May 2nd. That's the proposed date.
I think it would be an injustice if these guys hang their gloves without fighting each other.
Definitely, that boxing fans have actually missed something unique. They really want to witness why two of them were at their very best. For me, I think it's a fight that is going to happen. And I think Floyd Mayweather might just be the one that will come out of it. Because Floyd Mayweather, it's gotten this style of boxing that, look, when he's there, that's why most boxing fans keep saying that he runs away from his opponent. It's not as if he runs away. He's got the tactics. He wouldn't want you to land that killer punch. And if you can't do that to Floyd Mayweather, it will be difficult for you to defeat him. But I think if it happens, definitely he's still going to remain undefeated, top of, no matter what Manny Pacquiao is saying, I think Floyd Mayweather will still remain the undefeated man in 2015.
And he's probably, this was one of the fights with Marcos Maidana. And he happens to be one of the few boxers that doesn't run away from opponents. I mean, what he did here, some would call it a risk. The first fight was very close. I mean, other boxers would have, tried to avoid fighting the guy. But it took him on the second time, and the second time was a no contest.
It was no contest after the first one, that everyone felt, okay, Floyd Mayweather wasn't really into the game. He was running away another. But the second one, of course, he got the better of Floyd Mayweather.
All right, in 2015, another thing that's going to happen, the return of Sebastian Vettel, the four-time Formula One champion, was a dismal performance in 2014. But what's going to happen in 2015? What's likely going to happen to Sebastian Vettel in 2015? New team, new strategy. I mean, I feel he still has it in him. Probably the changes to the cars, and maybe those are the things that affected him. But I don't know. What's your own opinion about the German?
Well, I think if I have to go with what Ricardo said, two of them, and Ricardo was practically faster than him last season. He said with what he had last season with Red Bull, he wants to capitalize on that, and go to Ferrari and see how he will be able to make use of that dismal performance he had last season to actually take a leap. So when you're having that at the back, when he's having that at the back of his mind, I think he'll be a better driver with Ferrari.
Better motivated.
Better motivation and all that. So it's going to be a better one for him. Why? Because for you not to have been in the podium for a season and you happen to be defending champion, I mean, come on, it's not something you really want to repeat again in the next season. For me, I think Sebastian Vettel, he may not win the Formula One title, of course. Maybe Ferrari might get to win the construction title. But I think his performance will be better than 2014 because with what Mercedes are doing, and of course with McLaren and all that, I think I'm still looking at them as the title contenders for this season. I'm talking about the championship. But for Sebastian Vettel, I think he might win 2, 3, or 5 titles this season.
All right, let's do two quick things before we go to the English Premier League, English football, basically, FA Cup, and that's how we have to wrap things up when we get to the FA Cup. But quickly, Flying Eagles, they have never won the Under-20 World Cup. Of course, they have to qualify first. But in 2015, do you see that happening?
It's going to be a difficult one. I don't know the kind of miracle they have to go through to win it. Well, if you check at African stage, of course, African level,
They will
definitely
qualify.
they will qualify. Of course, semi-final. Once you get to the semi-final, book a ticket for it. But I don't think they'll be able to win it. It will be very, very difficult. They might get to the finals, but when you have the likes of Brazil, the likes of Argentina, the likes of England, and all of them coming into the fray, and English footballers, except the fact that they don't usually perform at the biggest stage, but you still have the Spaniard there also, and all the players are playing at the very, very top level. I think they won't get it.
All right. All right. So she's saying in 2015, the wait we just have to continue. Okay, let's move on. Let's go about the next big thing in England. I don't know if you will agree. Harry Kane. And the question will be, will this guy be the next big thing, or is going to crack under the pressure like so many English players? But yesterday, once again, showed us that I'm the man for the big moment.
Okay, yeah, definitely man for the big moments. Of course, against Chelsea, the way he actually took out John Terry, Gary Cahill. There was even a time Gary Cahill had to actually, you know, I think put him at the back and on the sideline.
The fact that England do have problems in that position.
Precisely in that position. So Wayne Rooney definitely now will be playing, you know, a deeper role. So they definitely need a centre forward who is clinical. And if you check,
striker.
That is it. And Harry Kane is, I can actually easily compare him to Diego Costa because of the position that they play and the way they box the defenders around and all that. Now check the way he started with England. Played at on the 17 level, on the 19 level, 19 appearances and scoring about 14 appearances, scoring about 6 goals. Then on the 20 level, on the 21 level, he's been there. Now for Tottenham Hotspur, now check, at Europa level, he's scoring 6 appearances, 7 goals. The League Cup, 3 times, 3 goals. And of course, the Premier League level, 16 appearances, 7 goals. If you can be playing
in a club where there's Adebayo and Soldado,
yes,
and you still get the chance to play ahead of those guys,
definitely,
there must be something about it.
Well, for England, if you check when Jack Wilshere, when he came up, everybody were comparing to, you know, Andres Iniesta and all that boys in 23.
One injury and everything.
If you look at that, I think...
So what's your verdict?
I don't think he will crack. I think he's a better player because of the way he plays. He came up. And of course, if I compare him to Diego Costa, the way Diego Costa plays ball and he continues like that, he's tall, he's a big player, but I think he won't be able to crack.
Okay, so Cecilia says, Harry Kane is your man 2015. You're likely going to see him for the 3 Lions. And of course, he's going to get more goals for Spurs. All right, let's quickly move on and take a look at selected third round fixtures in the English FA Cup. It is the third round. A lot of matches to be played. We're hoping that will come up on screen. A lot of matches between now, tomorrow, and Sunday. Bolton takes on Wigan. Fulham takes on Wolves. Like I said, selected fixtures. Leicester take on Newcastle. Arsenal take on Hull City. A repeat of last year's final. And some other fixtures for you. Sunderland take on Leeds. Southampton take on Ipswich Town. Chelsea take on Watford. Aston Villa takes on Blackpool. Burnley take on Tottenham. And Liverpool will be away to Wimbledon. So these are the fixtures. But an important one that I'd like you to quickly react to, Steven Gerrard. It's not going to be, it's been announced that Steven Gerrard, I mean, you have to quickly respond to that. Steven Gerrard is not going to be there. After all he has done for Liverpool, do you think there's still going to be a motivation to play for another club? In
16
England?
years, there's actually, in England, no, I don't think so, because the rumor that he might just go to LA Galaxy MLS, I think that's what will happen, or he might just decide to retire totally. Okay. He's already 34, 16 years at Liverpool, so many appearances he made.
He'll probably leave the English Premier League.
He might just leave. I don't think he's a red, and he's a red to the, I don't think.
Parting shot, Alan Pardew. I know some people are saying, does this man has his head screwed on tight? You live in Newcastle, you're going to Crystal Palace.
I think he just wants to punish Newcastle. That's my only explanation for that. The fans never loved him, no matter what he's doing. Especially, there was actually a time when he brought a placard, Alan Pardew out, banners and all that. So the fans don't like him. And now they're doing very well. And the league,
still doesn't feel appreciated.
He still doesn't. Maybe that's the reason he's leaving. Because I can't imagine it's a coach leaving a team that's likely to finish at the top for Europa League spots, so to speak. Okay. And of course, going to a club that might just go on relegation next season. All
right. So that's how we have to wrap this up. On the show this morning. We hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to do. Sports this morning comes your way again next week. Till then, bye-bye.